Hi there, and welcome to your timeless message. Trust your intuition that you will discern what messages are for you, as this is a general reading. And tap into your intuition a bit today. Let's do it. All right, the message we have coming out. We have the Hermit, the Hanged Man, the Seven of Swords. These all came out at once, so we're just gonna see them as a complete spread for now, and then we move on. And the Seven of Coins in reverse. Okay, so let's see. The Hermit and the Hanged Man. There's a talk of something in regards to sacrifice, having to wait a long time to see the fruits of your labor, having to do a lot of internal work, having to face some sort of trickery, how you trick yourself, how others trick you. And then having gained from this time away and having gained from working on your strength, you are now leaving this zone, this like stop energy. You are leaving it. You are leaving it to continue on your craft, even though you might not know the outcome of it. The Seven of Coins, they're working, but they don't know it being on its head. They don't know what's coming. But you are continuing on, I think. Okay, can we get more, please? What's going on here? Can we get more, please? I meant to use these cards. My loving boy. Can't see him, but he's just right here next to me. What's going on? Oh, hope. You are holding on to hope. That is what is allowing you to move forward. You have allowed hope to become the baseline of the belief that moves you on. The baseline of what you do is the hope, and that will continue to lead you eventually to a place where you can harvest when the 8 comes, or in the 9 and the 10. But for now, you are just hoping and trusting that things are going to come as they have to, because I think you have connected with the trust that you have that things will work out one way or another. If you continue to put your best foot forward and put the effort in to be really honest about delusions as well, and about people not having the best interest in mind for you, or you for yourself sometimes, you know you will eventually get there. Oh, that's so nice. What does the collective need to hear? The Devil and the Fool in reverse. There might be something in your energy field, in your life, that is still keeping you from fully embracing this new version of yourself, or stepping into a version of yourself and into a life where these things can come in. You hope for that, right? But you also have to align your actions for it to really get there. And I think you have been doing a lot of work in regards to this. From this spread, I do think you've understood the lesson. But there is still something that is keeping you stuck. The Devil, to me, if I would have to boil it down, it's kind of like the ego, the humanness, that in itself, it's so villainized, but it's nothing bad about it. It's a natural part of life, and it's a very important part in our establishment and of the person that we are, and also how we interact with the world. But the Devil also reminds you that there are things that you do to yourself and that you allow to be done to you that are keeping you stuck. You can decide to move away from the Devil, but it often becomes a comfort zone. So if you're really scared of doing something, you become used to just not doing it. So the idea of actually doing it ends up becoming scarier than just sitting in the knowledge that you didn't do it, even though you wanted to. Does that make sense? I'm kind of losing my thoughts here. When this happens, I'm sensing that there is a block. There is some sort of a block that you have within yourself to see these smaller things, to see the shadow aspects sometimes. Yeah, and the Fool in reverse is exactly telling us that there is a block. Why is this blocked? Or what is this about? This Devil energy. And I'm really sensing there's so much resistance with me looking into this. I'm sensing it. My body is like tensing up a bit. What is this resistance? Where is it coming from? Wholeness, positivity, vitality, and trust. Wait, can I show you all of them at the same time? I can't, because I don't have all my hands for that. We have vitality, wholeness, trust, and positivity. I think these are the things that you are slightly lacking. These are the things that you are struggling to truly embrace. But I'm still confused, my dears. Let us get more cards. What is this block? What is happening? Why is there a block to these things? Why? The Five of Cups in reverse. Specifically to this deck, there might be a mother wound within yourself that you are not fully embracing, acknowledging, working on. This is La Llorona, the mother who drowned her children. It's a fairy tale. And then her spirit comes back to take other children because she's trying to just get her kids back, you know. So from a place of deep hurt, more hurt is caused. Even though the intention is not to hurt, the intention is to heal hurt, you cause hurt. So this might have been a parental figure, even if it's not your mother, but someone who was not healed in their own traumas that led to hurting you, and you then having some sort of a block that you've been working hard on by connecting to your spirituality, I think, and to your belief system. Yeah. Hi, there's a little bug. Hello. I don't know if you heard him fly. Okay, but I'm sensing there's a deep block here. This is some deeper work. This is some stuff that would be amazing for like a personal reading where we're going really deep into this, but that is not for a YouTube video, my dears. So we're gonna leave that there, understanding that you have been working hard and you've been trying to do the work and to work with your emotions, okay, to look at your emotions and to work through the subconscious to try and get to this place of understanding so you can connect with those, the positivity, the trust, the wholeness, the vitality again. But you are hopeful, and I think the hope came from your belief system, from making your belief system your baseline. What else does the collective need to hear? We are no longer looking into the devil, and I feel lighter. It's like you might be avoiding this topic because it makes you feel heavy. It makes you stressed out, or it takes you out of the hope again. It makes you hopeless. Okay, I need to stop talking about this. My lordies, you don't want to talk about this, eh? That's okay. No worries. There is no point. If your aim is to heal, there's no point in pushing. If your aim is to be right and to prove a point, do it. But that is not the channel for it. If you want someone to give you ultimates and answers to your questions, you might have to go somewhere else. I'm only here to help you trust that you have the answers within yourself and that you are able to find them yourself. Ah! You okay, Munchkin? Was that because I made a noise, or was that because you heard something? Well, either way, we both made a noise. Excitedly, because we have the Page of Swords here. We have someone who's really decisive in their approach to life. They are very certain of how things have to go. Like in a very rational sense, they're like, okay, so I do this, and then this is the next step, and then I go here, do. And you're doing that. You're doing it step by step, dearests. And this is very much to do with your mind and your headspace. I'm being called to tell you to continue to make sure that you are grounded in your headspace, in your mind. If you find that there is a lot of turmoil, figure out for yourself, what are the things in your life that allow you to calm down, that allow you to reground. And this can be all sorts of things. It doesn't have to be the traditional meditation, but if it is, amazing. I just want you, it can be other stuff, like it can be a hobby of yours, creating in some way. Sometimes it's even just, thoughtlessly scrolling for a bit, but be conscious whether that actually allows you to ground. Anyway, I think what I'm trying to say here is you need to align the thoughts with actions that Make it so you can continue on this really straightforward path in your decision making and in your choices. Yes. Which will eventually lead you to the outcome that you desire. Okay. More, please. That is too many. These will come out. Okay, these can come out. Wow. So we have the Lovers, which, look, I think it's the Beauty and the Beast. They used to be one of my favorite films when I was a kid. I really liked the idea of seeing past the superficial. But then there's a lot of stuff in there, like the dude's like not even low-key abusive. Anyway, why am I saying this? I wonder now. The card, as I was talking, fell out of my hands. It fell on his head. Did you maybe see the nature of someone differently? Someone that you deeply cared about and had maybe this kind of a relationship with, and then you were like, oh, actually, wait a second. Did I have my rose-tinted glasses on there? You might have, my dear. You might have, but your mind has cleared the way for you to see it now. It's right on top of the Page of Swords. We have the Five of Swords. Five of Swords is a card of sadness, of pain. And here we have Osiris and, what's his name? Anyway, this dude killed his brother, Anubis, so he could be king, and then spread his whole body all over the world, and then she went out and collected all his pieces and put them back together. In an effort, this was out of love. These two are seen as like lover archetypes as well. But in this perception here, and this, we see that it's still the phase where there is just the pain and the hopelessness. And the Knight of Wands, yeah, in reverse, out of being not in your power, being questioning yourself, not creating, not doing what brings you joy. I think this is stuff either that you are currently having to deal with, or you have. But I think for most of you, this is a situation that you got out of, because it's in the spread after the Four of Swords here. Wisdom. It was a situation that allowed for you to gain wisdom. And remember, we started the spread with the Hanged Man. The Hanged Man sacrifices for the sake of wisdom. It's the archetype of Odin, of the Buddha. You have to give up what is very dear to you sometimes to be able to gain more, to gain wisdom in one way or another. And I think this situation, and even the wound, this pain someone put onto you because they hadn't healed themselves in a way. And again, a blockage. My God, my Lord, what is going on? Maybe I need to do a reading on this, but I'm not sure. We'll see. Let me know if you're interested. But I do think this is more of a personal reading kind of thing, because this is going to be very specific to every one of you. But yeah, okay. We're going to continue. I think this was all meant to be. Derailing me here again. See how this block is there? This was all meant to be for you to gain wisdom, for you to grow. Can we see what is coming then? What is coming now? The collective. The card fell, before I even turn it around, the card fell right on top on those things that were blocked, that you were blocked to beforehand. So the positivity, the vitality, the trust and the wholeness, that's where this came. This fell on top. So it's the Two of Wands, the card of making choices. It is your choice, my dear. It is your choice. It is in your hands how you move on from this situation, how you move ahead in your life. The choices have to relate to what you're thinking, how you're feeling. So check in with what your necessities are. Check in with if your thoughts are aligned with what you need, and if they're also honest, right? And as objective as we can, because we can't. I would say no one is 100% objective, because we are all working from a goggin that is connected to a body with experiences and all this. So right. But anyway, but trying to reach this level of how far away can I go from the self to see, to make the choices that align. Yes, especially if you're feeling this block. Okay, my dear. I'm gonna finish this reading today with this that I still had in my bag from yesterday. I didn't actually want to bring it today, but it was meant to be. Sometimes we don't expect things to be as we plan them, but hey, that is the beauty of life. We can have surprises, and sometimes we get anxious about that. We're like, oh, scary, the unknown. Very fair, but at the same time, the unknown can also mean good things. And maybe if we start expecting more good things will come. I think so. I think so, because then we are also in the energy of believing that, and in the energy of working towards it, you know? I don't believe in coincidence myself. I believe everything comes as it has to. Action, reaction, my dear. Alrighty, what do we have? We were talking about the Buddha, and we have a quote from him. Each morning we are born again. What do we do today is what matters most. There is only ever now. Eckhart Tolle, maybe his book is interesting to you there, but there is only ever now, and it's your choice every single day. It's in your hands to decide to do something that aligns with where you want to go. Your choice, my dear. No one else's. It does not matter what the external does. You might be super busy, you might not having a good day. That's okay. Things are not constant. That is the only constant. So just allow yourself to do a little thing each day to move on to the version of yourself that you want to be. Every morning you're born again. Every morning you have a new opportunity to do things that are aligned with where you want to end up. All right? We have some more here. You are what you do, not what you say you'll do. That exactly. And that's funny, because I was gonna go into a bit of a rant there with the Buddha quote, but then I thought no, but here we are. There's so much talk about intention setting, right? Just believe in yourself, set the intention, write it down. Absolutely. But how can you expect things to really change if the only conscious action that you are putting out into the world is one that is non-material? How do you want the material to give back if you are not putting in material effort? Balance, my dear, balance. The intention has to be met with action, okay? It's not what you say you'll do, it's what you end up doing. So if you say, oh, I'll do this tomorrow, okay, you want to say that? Sure, then do it tomorrow. And I should take that into account myself. But to be fair, I do believe that we are not constant, so go with however the energy levels are and how you're feeling, but then make sure to do something, even if it's just a little bit, for the thing that you intended to do. Okay, now we have Confucius, I think you say in English. The wise find pleasure in water, the virtuous find pleasure in hills. The wise are active, the virtuous are tranquil. The wise are joyful, the virtuous are long-lived. The balance, my dear. Balance of wise and virtuous, of finding pleasure and peace in all the differences, in all the blacks and whites of the world. Yes, be joyous and be tranquil in knowing that things go up and they go down. They will go up again. Trusting the process. Trusting that things are on their way, and be really conscious of yourself, because the Seven of Swords is right underneath all of these. Be very conscious of where you sometimes are not fully honest with yourself, and also where you sometimes don't allow yourself to take a break, because this is right on top of the Four of Swords. Okay, and last one. I have come this far and I will keep going. Yes, please do. Please do. Don't stop believing, okay? As Journey said, they knew what was up. Don't stop believing. Keep going. If you keep going, the only place you can end up is your destination. Doesn't matter. Can I promise you that you will manage to do so in this lifetime? No, because you are your own person. But what I can promise you is if you never stop walking, you will get there. All right, my dear, thank you so much if you made it up to here. I really appreciate having you listen to me babble, and I hope it's helpful. If you are ever interested in a personal reading, my stuff for that and this is in the description. Sorry, I'm looking down because I'm already folding these up. And I hope to see you here soon. Bye bye.